the last question is, why did they stop building the pyramid? And there's a very good reason why they stopped building the pyramid. Because remember, this pyramid was about creating eternal peace, pleasing the gods, unifying the world, right? That's a theory. The problem is this theory doesn't work, because in about 2200 BCE, the 4.2 kiloyear event happened. Okay? Think of this as a mini ice age, where for about 100 years, there's a drought in Egypt. Well, that's a problem, right? Because the entire point of the pyramid, why people sacrificed themselves so hard to work on the pyramid, was to prevent a drought in Egypt, right? It was to control the Nile, and they failed. So this creates, first of all, a crisis of faith. Okay, a crisis of faith. Many now are forced to reject their faith in the Pharaoh. And now you see the rise of the priesthood, okay? And other gods as well. So the first major reason why they stopped building the pyramids is the crisis of faith. Second problem is, in order to build the pyramids, you need a pyramid economy. Okay, a pyramid economy. And what the pyramid economy represents is centralized planning, right? Centralization. The Pharaoh and his palace are able to coordinate all the resources of the state in order to create the pyramids. We know that when you have centralization, you have three problems. The first is inequality. So if you're part of this planned economy, you do very well for yourself, okay? But if you're not, then you become poor, okay? So inequality is a huge issue. But you also have a problem of corruption, where people in the system, they want to steal because it's just easy to do, okay? And the third problem is just waste. It's not very efficient. So basically the pyramid economy is just a complete waste of resources, all right? And the third problem is this, okay? And this is actually a much more, okay? This is a huge problem, okay? This idea of a nihilistic religious belief. What this religious saying is, life doesn't matter. It's death that matters. It's death that allows us to be like gods, to be eternal, right? In order to ensure our ascent into godhood, one, we have to be close to the Pharaoh, okay? We have to be loyal to the Pharaoh. But two, we have to ensure we obtain a lot of wealth in our life, okay? So basically what Egypt was doing during the pyramid economy was taking all its grain, all its resources, and then selling it overseas in order to bring back precious metals that they could put in their graves so that they could take these precious metals, gold, jewelry, into the afterlife with them. Okay? So basically, they were just taking all this tremendous wealth of Egypt, almost unlimited wealth of Egypt, and just squandering it, gambling it away, basically, in the promise of an eternal afterlife. And they really didn't care about the here and now. They didn't care about building a great nation. They really weren't concerned about ensuring everyone was well off and prosperous and happy in the nation. Okay? So you had an elite who was concerned about abusing their power in order to steal as much money as possible in order to ensure a good afterlife. Okay? And this is the three major reasons why they stopped building the pyramids. Okay? One, because it's a crisis of faith. Doesn't really work. Second is the centralization creates inequality, corruption, and waste. And third is the religious belief can only lead to the corruption of the state and tyranny